recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no of the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of Image Fun.
Okay, thank you guys. Oh my God, I got to get out of that habit. Okay, so Grand Rising, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. And don't forget, it doesn't cost you a single thing to like and share the video. Okay, so let's get ready for it. It's a lot of news to report this morning, beloveds. It's a lot of news to report this morning. So it looks like Diddy's going to testify. I was not expecting that. This literally just came out. Diddy is going to testify in court. So let's get into it. Hello, Southern Soul gentlemen. All right, Claudette. All hell no, Miss AP. That crazy beach Aries. Ethylene. All right, Priscilla. I see you. Ethylene in the house. Khalid Herleen. Okay, so shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen. Hey, Deronda, beloved. Okay, so let's get into it because we got to talk about the hurricane and everything else. Now, so as I was saying, they claim that Diddy is going to testify. And that's not what I was expecting because, you know, when you're a liar who lies, which Diddy clearly is, you should not testify because it's going to be pretty easy for the prosecution to tear you apart, to pick you apart during the cross examination. Okay, so huge news. Okay, so Diddy will testify in his criminal case. He's chomping at the bit to defend himself in a federal courtroom, and he will take the witness stand to tell his story. Let me tell you all something. I'm not surprised that Diddy wants to testify because the thing about someone like Diddy is he's a narcissist and he's also a sociopath, in my opinion. Okay. Now, with that all being said, these type of people tend to think that they're always right, that they know what's best, that they're the smartest person in the room. Hold on. They always tend to think that they're the smartest person in the room. And so even if his attorneys are telling him, no, it's not a good idea, I don't think you should take the stand. Well, he's going to take the stand anyway. That's just how it goes. So I want you all to pay attention. Okay. So anyway, let's continue. So it's a risky move. Diddy's going to be able to tell his side of things, but he's also going to be cross-examined and obvious topics, including the Cassie beating video, the famous freak-off parties, and accusations that he blew up the car belonging to Cassie's ex, Kid Cudi. These are things that will be asked. And let me tell you something. That is a very good strategy for the prosecution. Okay. Battle X said he is a narcissist and a sociopath. Yes, absolutely, beloved. Okay. JW says Diddy will be dropping. Hold on. So Diddy will be dropping names. Run now, JC. Thank you, Eric, for becoming a member, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. So here's the thing. I really don't think there's any names for him to drop. I mean, there are, but he's the biggest fish. Well, he's not the biggest fish, but he's the biggest one that they're going to pull in because they're not going to do anything about Clive Davis and the rest of these folks. I told you. Roddy said Diddy snitched on Adams, LOL. You know, you never know. Okay. And so with that all being said, Diddy being the narcissist that he is, he clearly thinks that he knows what's best. So Mark Agnifilo acknowledges the gamble here. He tells us there's no one better to defend Diddy than himself. Now, his attorney says Diddy's story involves love, hurt, and heartbreak. You know what? I think this is interesting because here's the thing. Here's the thing. As far as his attorney seems to be concerned, he thinks that Diddy needs to get up there so he can tell a sob story. Love, heartbreak, and pain, and all of that. Yeah,
He wants Diddy to get up there and tell a sad story. And so they're hoping that this will get people to feel empathetic towards him. The sad thing about that is, for Diddy, is that I don't believe that'll work because look at all the victims that are going to testify. They're going to have sad stories too. And theirs will be a whole lot more legit than Diddy's. Okay? At the end of the day. So, this is all very interesting. Now, the thing of it is, for years, Diddy has had political protection. Okay. Now, people can say what they want, but Diddy has always been immersed in politics. And that's for a very good reason, because we all know that people who have power and privilege and people who want to run things and be so in control, they usually tend to have political power, even if they're not in politics. They hang around and they have parties and dinners and events they attend with people who are, very thoroughly immersed in politics. And so we already know that Diddy has done this because I showed you all pictures of Diddy with Obama. I showed you the video of him with Hillary. And let's not forget, Diddy had his own campaigns going on. So let's talk about that for a second. Everyone get the likes up because I'm going to bring y'all back to square one. Because some of you may have forgotten how Diddy was out there with his whole campaign and even went on tour with Vote or Die. This is what Diddy was doing for years. Okay, so back in 2004, was it 2004? Or was it, hold on. Yeah, it was back in 2004 when he started the Vote or Die campaign. Okay. And he also had Rock the Vote. So he's been good friends with many politicians. Okay. And here's the thing, Diddy was so immersed in politics, you guys, and you may not even know this, but Diddy actually had a complaint levied against him about his politics. So there was a man, and I do believe his name was Flattery, Peter Flattery. Now, this man filed a complaint with the FEC on Diddy back in November of 2005 because he felt like Diddy was doing too much. Diddy had this whole campaign where he was trying to get George Bush out of office. He even had said, we're going to get Bush's ass out of that office. That's literally what Diddy said. And so he had this campaign where he was trying to get Bush out of there. He was trying to push younger people specifically to vote. And he was, doing such a good job at it, apparently, that somebody got upset. A man by the name of Peter Flattery, I remember he filed something saying that Diddy was running an illegal campaign against Bush. And he said it was illegal basically because he felt like Diddy, while he's getting people to the voting polls, he's also letting it be known who he's voting for. And you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to wear any T-shirts, emblems, or whatever with the party's name on it, the person's name or whatever. And so he filed this and it was actually investigated. And then the commission decided after the investigation that, basically Diddy's team didn't do anything wrong. It said that basically they didn't really do anything wrong. They didn't find any evidence. And then he did the same thing again in 2020. So we all know that Diddy has been immersed in politics. And I want you to pay attention and think about that because this is likely the reason or part of the reason that so many people have in fact been worried, concerned, or afraid to come forward. Okay, so just think about that. I mean, knowing that Diddy not only has potential law enforcement ties, potential federal ties, and then also not to boot, having people that are in the politics, okay, in the political spectrum. Okay, he was heavily entrenched in this, all I'm saying. All right, look at him. He even had 50 Cent all into it. So yeah, Diddy was going hard in the paint for politics. And like I said, that was also that he could have more power and control. It's not that he cared so much about the people, that's just my opinion, but more so he could have an added level or an added layer of power and control. Okay, so please pay attention. I mean, he was doing a lot out there. Rapper Sean Diddy Combs has a prolific a specific supporter and a prolific supporter of the Democrats. Okay? Combs has leveraged his stardom and fame to back Democrats during his career, including President Obama during the 2020 elections, in what looked to be an attempt to persuade Black voters. Now, Diddy was part of a group of dozens of Black individuals who sent a letter to Biden in August of 2020 urging him to select a Black vice presidential candidate. Y'all hear this? So this would likely be why Biden chose Kabami. Diddy had that much influence. I want you all to pay attention. Diddy likely is one of the reasons that Biden chose Kabami, okay? Even though we know she's not Black. But anyway, goes on to say, persuaded him to select a Black vice presidential candidate, which appeared to reference reports that then Senator Kamala Harris was too ambitious to be his choice. Was Joe Biden ever labeled too ambitious because he ran for president 3 times? Should President Obama not have made him VP because he had to worry about his loyalty when he clearly had ambitions to be president himself? That's what the letter said that Diddy wrote. I want y'all to pay attention, okay? Because people were saying she's too ambitious for Biden to pick her. And so Diddy just wrote him that letter. Now, why does Senator Kamala Harris have to show remorse for questioning Biden's previous stance on integrated busing during a Democratic primary debates? This is what was asked. So in October of 2020, Variety reported that Diddy endorsed Biden while saying that he played the game by endorsing Democrats for their views in the past, but said problems still persisted. He added that neither political party has done enough for Black people and launched the so-called Our Black Party to bring Black voters behind a single agenda. Diddy also appeared to be friendly with former President Barack Obama. In 2004, he interviewed the then Illinois state senator for MTV's Rock the Vote campaign and later appeared friendly with him in pictures posted to social media. So back in 2017, Diddy said, this week has been great. This is what he said on Facebook in September of 2017, showing a photo of him and Obama. Shout out to the king, Barack Obama. Hashtag Black Excellence. And here's the picture here with him sitting down to have a talk with Barack Obama. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. So with that all being said, Diddy's been out here doing the most as it pertains to politics and getting people out there to vote. Okay, so you all see that? So Diddy also said white men like Donald Trump need to be banished during a 2020 interview with Charlemagne the Devil when he endorsed Biden's candidacy. Now, Trump has appeared in pictures alongside Diddy in the past, primarily at public events. And on Tuesday, Diddy's lawyer said that the raids on his home were a gross use of military force. Okay, so with that all being said, I just want you all to pay attention. So Diddy has really been immersed in politics. And so him and Trump are on the outs, as you can imagine. Leon said exactly. The most corrupt. Yes, I absolutely agree. So with that all being said, and here's a video I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to have to add some music because they have Diddy's song playing in the background. But there's actually a video of all of these stars and celebrities. And I want you all to pay attention because all of these stars and celebrities in this video, none of them are saying anything. All of them have their mouths shut. None of them are saying a single word, okay, at this point. They've not come out and said anything for or against Diddy. And that's interesting because when you think back to Harvey Weinstein, who was a big time movie industry mogul, okay, at the end of the day, when Harvey was going down, there was lots of people coming out speaking against him. Like I told you guys, Rose McGowan, came out and said something, I want to say Alyssa Milano. There were famous people, Lupita Nyong'o. There were famous women coming out saying things about him, but nobody's coming out saying anything about Diddy. And why is that? I think it was because Diddy was viewed as the fun guy. He was the fun guy who had all these extravagant parties, and literally everybody in Hollywood and the industry wanted to be at those parties, okay? Except for Denzel, who said that he would always leave before the devil came home. Now, when he said that, he wasn't specifically talking about a Diddy party. He was talking about any of those parties in general. with that all being said, and let's not forget, Denzel also said years ago, he doesn't have friends in Hollywood. He just works there. Okay, please pay attention. But everybody else pretty much wanted to go, and this video is going to show that. Now, what I'm going to do before I start it is I'm going to put on some music because, like I said, they have Diddy's song, I'm coming up, or whatever. They have that song playing in the background. So I'm just going to add my own little music on top. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Hold on, let me put an overlay on top of this too, just to be on the safe side. We don't want any problems.
You're cordially invited to celebrate the birth of Sean Puffy Coat.
Puffy. He did.
He did.
He did.
I thought his name was Puff Daddy.
PD. Diddy. Puffy Daddy. He did it. You are cordially invited to celebrate the birth of P. Diddy.
Sean P. Diddy Puff Pastry Cone.
Puff the Magic Dragon. Puffy.
Puffy.
I call Puffy Sean John.
Got a lot of names, huh? Get some more names.
HR Puff and stuff.
Sean King Puff. Puffy Queen.
Bad boy.
You can call him birthday boy, and it's like,
Sean John, Puffy Combs. Sean, Puffy Combs.
Yo, Puff Daddy, come!
My man, Puffy.
Big boy!
The legendary Puff Daddy.
He did. Yes.
Puff Daddy.
Jeez, Puff!
That's the one you need to use.
Puff Daddy.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so with that all been said, Diddy had a bunch of people going to his parties. Okay, you all saw he had this whole elaborate thing going on. Everybody, like I said, wanted to be there. And you saw Oprah. And as I've told you in the past, Oprah was one of the main people who was at those parties with Diddy. Now, I'm not saying Oprah did anything shady or suspicious or whatever, but she definitely was one of the people that were, in fact, at those parties. Okay, so please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, as I was telling you guys, you know, that man who filed the complaint against Diddy, he basically said, according to Citizen Change, their press release dated July the 20th of 2004, Citizen Change sought to create a sexy, fashionable t-shirt line with the Vote or Die slogan. Head designers at the Sean John clothing label would join those at Echo, Fat Farm, and Rockaware to create a line featuring distinct hip hop interpretations of the campaign's message. Okay, so the man was pretty much upset about all the stuff that Diddy was doing, having the t-shirts made and all of that, getting younger people out there to vote. But of all the press releases and public statements issued by Citizen Change, they encouraged voter participation, which is what Diddy's plan was, to get people out to the voting polls, but without expressly advocating the election of any particular federal candidate. Further, none of the communications by Citizen Change promoted, attacked, supported, or opposed any particular candidate or party. Okay, and so that is what the commission decided. That's what the commission decided after the guy made his complaint. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about this baby oil. Okay, let's talk about this baby oil because his lawyer said something real crazy. I saw this crap yesterday. Diddy's attorney has a bizarre explanation for why he had so many bottles of baby oil. And before I get into his lawyer's crazy explanation, I want to tell you guys something. Some people have been saying that that wasn't baby oil in those bottles, that it was in fact GHB, because GHB is a clear liquid or what have you. And then they said that wasn't baby oil, that it may have been spiked, or he had drugs in there. This is what I want you all to know. That's not true. That's a conspiracy theory. See, here's what a conspiracy theory is. You know, when we're out here telling the truth about stuff and they want to call us conspiracy theorists just because we're exposing things that certain people, okay, that are in charge, that rule over stuff, don't want exposed. That's not a conspiracy theory. But when people are saying things that are baseless and foundless and they don't have any research or anything to prove it, that's a conspiracy theory. So, in fact, there is no GHB in the baby oil. That was literally baby oil. Okay, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams, please don't insult this black man's intelligence like he's so stupid that he would gather and collect evidence, have the Homeland Security investigators gather and collect evidence and not know whether it's baby oil or illegal drugs. The reason I'm bringing this to the forefront is because people have to be complete idiots to believe that at the end of the day. And the reason they have to be idiots is because if they had common sense, they know that the feds test everything. Do you think they're going to come into your house, collect something, and just because it looks like baby oil, has baby oil on the bottle, that they're going to say, oh, okay, so just leave this alone. This is just baby oil. That's what we'll label it as. No, they're going to check it. It's like if you were someone who was selling Coca-Cola. And I'm talking about the kind that goes up your nose. And then you have that in your house, but instead of leaving it in the containers that you got it in off the streets, you put it in a canister, that the same type of canister that you keep flour in or sugar in. And then if the feds raid your house and they see this and it's labeled flour, they're going to say, oh, that's just flour, so let's go and get this. Or they're going to collect it and say that it's flour. No, they're going to test it. People are so ridiculous, and especially people who just love to make up blatant lies for salacious stories. I want you all to pay attention because this is the channel of truth. Okay, we're going to talk about truth on this channel. We're not going to make up lies and paint narratives just to get clicks and views and YouTube money. That's what we're not going to do. Okay, that's what we're not going to do. My uncle, how many times do I have to say it, was a special agent for the GBI and also was a case agent for Homeland Security investigations. And when I called him last night and told him the foolishness that people were saying, because let's not forget, I have 2 degrees in criminal justice, so I know how all this stuff works. Okay? I know how all this stuff works. But when I called my uncle and told him some of the idiotic things that people were saying, he actually cracked up laughing. He said there's no way they would not know if that were drugs. Of course, there's no way, because they would test it. As soon as they confiscate it, they're taking it to be tested, okay? There's no way that the U.S. attorney, an intelligent, intellectual black man who graduated college, and he has to be intelligent, that's how he got the position. He didn't go, get on his knees like Kabami did, okay, to be the attorney general and the prosecutor. But at the end of the day, this man's very intellectual. So, of course, he's not going to stand up there at a press conference in front of us and say they gathered over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, not knowing, unbeknownst to him, that it's GHB. Like, people are so stupid. And the amazing thing to me is that these idiots who say this type of stuff really think that they're smarter than the feds. I beg to question. Okay, I absolutely beg to question. So anyway, with that all been said, let's talk about what his attorney said, because I find it all so hilarious. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer claims the rapper was found with so many bottles of baby oil in his home because the star likes to buy in bulk, like any other American. I don't buy 1,000 bottles of baby oil, Mark Agnifilo. Okay, that's what he said when he was responding to claims by federal agents that they confiscated 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant from Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles as part of a raid linked to the probe. He says, I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was a lot. I mean, there is a Costco right down the street. I think Americans buy in bulk, as we know. Trying to make foolish excuses. If Americans do buy in bulk, and which many do, are they really buying 1,000 bottles of baby oil? No, they're not. Baby oil lasts for months because you only have to use a little bit of it. I mean, it's so shiny. Okay, he says, and you see, these are consensual adults doing what consensual adults do. We can't get so puritanical in this country to think that somehow sex is a bad thing because if it was, there would be no more people. The attorney had been visiting Diddy at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, where he is incarcerated pending trial. I'm sorry, but let me tell you something. That crazy excuse that he gave, that made it more likely that Dorada said, Queen said it's so shiny. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Cherry said he sounds like an idiot. Yes, he does. Like, this man is high profile. I would defend myself before I got that man to defend me at this point. I'm not even joking. Okay, I'm not even joking. And so Reggie said, okay, it wasn't 1,000, it was 999. And then Dan says, no one said anything about consensual adults. Exactly. Why is this man trying to make it as if everybody was just there having an orgy or just having a good time and just doing things of their own fruition? First of all, there were people saying that they were intimidated, coerced, and even forced and drugged. Why is he trying to paint this narrative? Okay. Greta said Diddy has horrible lawyers. At this point, it certainly looks like it. I'm like, what is really going on here? Okay, so anyway, let's talk about it because Mayor Eric Adams, speaking of politics, Mayor Eric Adams was indicted. Okay, I started to get back on here last night, honey, but I was just too tired. I had too much going on. I got these students calling me. I got people complaining about their syllabus. I got all kind of crap going on. So let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please.
City Mayor Eric Adams is insisting he is innocent after being indicted on at least one federal criminal charge. Sources familiar with the matter say Adams will have several days to turn himself in. The charges he's facing are not publicly known at this time. The indictment follows months of federal investigation into campaign fundraising violations. While Adams says he will not step down, another New York lawmaker says he should.
Right now, I think this is squarely about Mayor Adams' ability to govern New York City and for the New York City governance to be fully staffed to serve the people of New York City. And frankly, under this constant stream of scandal, I do not know if the city will be able to even name replacements for all of these resignations and vacancies at this point. And so it is a very unfortunate time. We do not want to see this happening in our city, but unfortunately it is. And I think for the best of the city and so that we can continue to staff the administration of the city, it would be best for Mayor Adams to step aside.
Well, I can't argue that point. He does need to step down. I mean, it's just all so crazy, what's going on. And so anyway, let's talk about it because Adams' attorneys met with senior DOJ officials in an attempt to stave off the charges. Okay. His attorneys are trying to get him out of this, but it's not going to work. I knew he was going to be indicted right after Bishop Lamar Whitehead was indicted. Okay. I knew he was going to be indicted. He's in cahoots with that man. Now, I'm not saying that he was involved in any of the fraudulent activities that man was involved in, but all I'm saying is that the fact that he was friends with that man who's such a fraud, well, I figured that he was into something that was fraudulent as well, that he was corrupt. So that all being said, so lawyers for Adams met with senior officials of the Justice Department last week in a bid to stave off federal criminal charges. Multiple sources familiar with the meeting gave the information to CNN. Now, the meeting between Adams' attorney, Boyd Johnson, and Brendan McGuire came after they met with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan and were told prosecutors plan to seek an indictment on the mayor. Now, prosecutors in Washington informed the mayor's attorneys that their appeal was denied. The U.S. Attorney's Office is conducting the investigation, but because Adams is a sitting politician, the Justice Department would be involved in any decision to file charges. So former U.S. Senator Bob Menendez was also allowed to surrender and be arraigned on bribery and corruption charges several days after prosecutors announced a grand jury returned the indictment, charging the then sitting senator last year. Now, the charges were announced on a Friday, and he was arraigned the following Wednesday. And so the troubles escalated in September. Now, the mayor's legal troubles escalated when top members of his staff at City Hall, including 2 deputy mayors, a senior advisor, and the school's chancellor, received search warrants and had their phones seized by federal investigators. Now, Edwin Caban, now you guys who follow the backup channel, you know I reported on it when Edward Caban was, he got in all that trouble and he was looking real crazy, okay? I knew Eric Adams was going to be the next one. I just knew it. Now, the former New York Police Department commissioner, he also had his phone seized as part of a separate federal investigation and was forced to resign. Now, days later, Lisa Zornberg, City Hall's top lawyer and one of Adams' staunchest defenders, abruptly resigned. And in a brief 2-sentence resignation letter, Zornberg stated that she had concluded she could no longer serve effectively in her position. Then a week later, school's chancellor, David Banks, announced that he would retire at the end of the year. So all of these people just leaving. Said he would be stepping down from his position, leading the nation's largest public school system, just days after his home was searched by federal investigators who seized his cell phones during the execution of a federal search warrant. Now, the first sign of trouble for Adams came nearly a year ago when federal investigators zeroed in on his chief campaign fundraiser, Brianna Suggs, and executed a search warrant at her home. That's when the cookies started to crumble and everything started to fall apart. Multiple law enforcement officials previously told CNN that Suggs has not been charged with any crimes. Now, investigators for the FBI's the public corruption squad seized phones, computers, tablets, and files, all from Suggs. And this is according to sources. Now, agents also executed numerous search warrants at other homes and businesses throughout the New York area in connection with the investigation. You all should remember this because I reported on all of it. Now, one of the companies searched in November of 2023 was KSK Construction Group in Brooklyn. Now, law enforcement officials said that the construction and development company has built apartments and condos throughout the city. Now, a review of the campaign finance records identified at least 11 employees at KSK's construction group who donated a total of $13,950 with individual contributions ranging from $1,200 to $1,500 all the same day. This was to Adams's 2021 mayoral campaign. Okay, so this all looks like perhaps bribery or what have you. Okay, and so CNN reached out to the donors, but there was no comment. CNN has also reached out to Erden Arkin. Now, here's the thing. I want you all to pay attention because this is how this all works. Why would they bring up that the people from KSK Construction Group was giving money to his campaign? Because that can be considered as bribery. Because who knows? Was he giving them specific contracts for the city to help them make money? Because when these mayors, and it's usually always Black mayors, I don't know why they don't pick on the other mayors that don't look like me, but I want you to pay attention. It's always these Black mayors who go down for this. And I'm pretty sure that the mayors who don't look like them do the same things. Just pay attention. Now, I'm not saying that it's right or making excuses for their nefariousness, but what I'm saying is let's give everybody the same smoke. Okay, because that's what they don't do. So, but basically what happens is these people have these construction companies and businesses, and they want these certain city contracts so they can make the big bucks. And who can get them make them privy to get these contracts is the mayor. And so very often they'll donate money to the mayor for such things to be done. And that's where the unethical practices and improprieties come into question. Okay, so that's likely what's going on right here. So CNN also reached out to Erden Arkin, who is listed as the owner of KSK Construction Group and also listed as a donor to the Adams campaign. Okay, New York City campaign finance records show that Arkin donated $1,500. And they would likely be donating that type of money so it doesn't look like it could get suspicious if they're donating bigger chunks. So let's just give $1,500 here, $1,500 there, because if you're giving like 10, 20 and all that, it looks real suspicious. Now, after Adams gave a speech in Manhattan, FBI agents walked right up to him and asked his NYPD security detail to step aside, and then climbed into Adams's city-issued SUV, according to sources. Now, it was there that agents presented him with a warrant to seize his electronic devices. The seizure marked a dramatic escalation of the federal probe into whether foreign money was funneled to his campaign, bringing the investigation directly to the Democratic mayor. Now, Adams has maintained his innocence throughout and insisted that he and his staff have followed the law despite the mounting investigation. The mayor has touted his ties to the city's Turkish American community and said he had visited the country at least 6 or 7 times. Now, Adams traveled to Turkey at least twice as Brooklyn borough president. The Turkish consulate paid for an August 2015 trip during which he signed a sister city agreement with Istanbul's Üsküdar district. Adams is not required to step down in light of the indictment, although the political pressure may come, because of this. If he were to resign, the job of America's most high-profile mayor would go to the city's public advocate, Jumaine Williams, until a special election is done. So, there you have it. All of this shady stuff going on, honey. At the end of the day, everybody's getting called out on their BS. Now, here's the thing. I forgot to tell you all this about Diddy. So when that man, Peter Flagger, or Flattery, when he basically filed that complaint with the FEC on Diddy, I believe he was just hating because Diddy was doing too much. Because another thing that was reported from a publication from October the 29th of 2005, and I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth, but I forgot to tell you all this, and I thought it was interesting. Okay, so from the report published October 29th of 2005, said it may provide some clues as to the amounts of money spent by Citizen Change during the 2004 campaign, particularly as it related to rallies. So Diddy was spending a whole lot of money, but the article also detailed the tour of swing states just before Election Day. So Diddy's out here really on the campaign trail is what he was doing. He literally was going to the swing states. He was at rallies and all of this. And here's the thing. Tour transportation included, arrested 52-seat 747 jet described as having one big first-class section and also a motorcade of 5 SUVs and a party bus. So they could have their freak-offs while they were on the road on tour. Please pay attention. Among the travelers was a petite Maltese named Sophie that resided in its own Louis Vuitton bag. So even the dog was getting it in. So I just want you all to pay attention because that man sounded like he was clearly hating because Diddy's out here acting like he's running for president. That's what it sounds like. He's got a whole motorcade with 5 people in SUVs. He's out there traveling on tour, going to swing states and rallies with a whole private jet. Okay. And so at the end of the day, this isn't going to get him anywhere now. Okay, so Jermaine says, what about Clive Davis and Jimmy Henchman? When will they indict them? Jimmy Henchman's in prison. James Roseman, a.k.a. Jimmy Henchman, he's already in prison. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still in prison. Okay, so Jeff ATL said, freak-offs on the go. Okay, you already know. Swift said, Rough Riders. Y'all are terrible. So anyway, with that all being said, I found it interesting that they said that Diddy was, was going in on Trump because Diddy actually used to be friends with Trump. Remember, I showed you all the video. Okay, so now let's talk about Kabami. Let's talk about Kabami for just a minute. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Before we get into Kabami, let's talk about Jay-Z and then Hurricane Helen. And speaking of Kabami, she also thanked Diddy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, in 2020, Harris, now Democratic frontrunner in the 2024 race, thanked Diddy for hosting a political town hall about Stupid 19, saying there's a lot at stake for our communities right now, and it's critical we bring to the forefront how the pandemic is perpetuating racial inequality and health disparities. And then Diddy also played a crucial role in engaging young voters for Democrats. Okay, so as we know. So anyway, with that, and another thing too, he actually went to President Obama's inauguration. I forgot to tell y'all, that's how buddy him and Obama were. He actually went to his inauguration. And in the 2008 In 2008, just days before the election, Diddy made a last effort to court Black voters for Obama's presidential campaign at a Democratic event dubbed the Last Chance for Change rally. And that was held in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, I do believe. And then in 2020, Diddy endorsed then candidate Joe Biden for president and had the political Black party. And that's when he told him that he should get a Black candidate. So he also was awarded the key to the city by Mayor Eric Adams, who's just been indicted. And let's not forget how he wanted that key right back after Diddy went down. And now he's going down. So I just find it all interesting. I find it all interesting. But here's the thing. I want to bring up this story about Jay-Z. See, I want you all to pay attention because people have been saying Jay-Z is officially under investigation and Jay-Z was raided and all of this. Well, here's a fact check. Okay, here's a fact check, and this isn't from Snopes or any of those other people who fact check fraudulent stuff or fact check stuff that's in fact true and say it's false. Okay, did Jay-Z's house get raided in the aftermath of Diddy's arrest? Because there was a viral TikTok video that had that as the headline. A claim recently surfaced on social media alleging that rapper and entrepreneur Jay-Z's house was raided by federal agents following his former associate Sean Diddy Combs' arrest. And this rumor has appeared on TikTok, has been shared by user at pp.chieu. I don't know how they pronounce that, and later circulated on YouTube. Okay. So, and here's what it said. Breaking news. FBI agents officially raid Jay-Z's house. Okay, officially under investigation. That's what you all pay attention. Okay, please. An 18-minute video claiming that Jay-Z's house was raided has since gained over 77,000 views. The related TikTok post with a similar title received over 67,000 views or shares and 7,000 comments. Fact of the matter is, the now viral claim has turned out to be fake. The YouTube video, which is an extended version of the TikTok post, has no mention of the mentioned raid at the Roc Nation's boss's house. Instead, it focuses on Jay-Z's relationship or friendship with Diddy and the latter ongoing legal troubles that Diddy's going through. Additionally, the bio of the Hot Hut YouTube page clearly states that all its content is meant for entertainment purposes only and mentions. Okay, so earlier this week, a video surfaced online. A headline, this is another receipt. Exclusive, Jay-Z's house gets raided. However, instead of the said raid, the video featured clips of various news channels discussing Diddy's ongoing legal woes. The narrative then shifted to explore the Bad Boy Records label Founders Association to Jay-Z. Subsequently, the question of whether Beyonce's husband was next in line to be investigated by the feds was also asked, saying if your best friend is involved in pretty shady things and you've had a similar career, it's not hard to believe there might be some overlap in those events or that you had some kind of involvement. Well, we already know that Jay-Z is going to be the next one to go, but his house wasn't raided as of yet. Okay, the video speculated that Sean Corey Carter, aka Jay-Z, seems to be next on the list after Diddy's arrest and anticipated a possible federal raid on his properties or him ending up in a jail cell with Diddy. It discussed statements from Sean Combs' attorney, Mark Agnifilo, after Diddy's arrest and arraignment. So, like I said, it's a lot of people putting out fake news. And like I said, people sometimes say anything, okay, just to get their point across. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about Kabami. Hold on, I'm going to go to this video that Candace Owens posted, pretty much saying the same thing that I said about Kabami not being Black and why, and using the same example as that I used, which was Elon Musk. Now, I'm starting to think that Candace Owens is following the Queen. Because let's not forget that when she did that documentary about Black Lives Matter and how they were stealing the money and how that $90 million they made in 2020 didn't go to anybody but them, I broke that story first, February of 2021. 3 days later, the lamestream media copied it, as you all know. For 7 years, nobody bothered to look into the finances of Black Lives Matter until I did. And then 3 days later, it's on the news. So I want you all to pay attention because they follow the Queen's channel. And then also, at the end of the day, Candace used that same information that I divulged when she did that documentary about BLM. Okay. Jeff ATL said, I sure remember that. Okay, so with that all being said, Claudette said, I remember. Yeah, y'all know I did. Okay, so anyway, like I said, Candace has a whole lot to say about Kabami's race and her not being black. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Okay, this Kamala Harris story is getting crazy and it's getting creepy. So last night we decided to continue our research to see if we could find birth certificates and marriage certificates and death certificates, which could further signify those points. And indeed it did. As speculated, we were able to confirm that Kamala's black grandmother that she showed us in that picture died in 1960, before Kamala was born. I can show you right now her death certificate. As you can see there, it says that she died in July of 1960. And so this is a huge scandal, just an absolutely huge scandal. Kamala Harris published in her book that she was standing next to her Grandma Beryl. But Grandma Beryl died in 1960, 4 years before Kamala Harris was born.
Kamala ain't black and neither is her name. Kamala ain't black.
Now, with that all been said, Candace thinks that she was doing a whole investigation at the end of the day. Here's the thing, though. That black woman that she showed that was supposed to be her grandmother, well, there's somebody that did a TikTok video that said that's not even her grandmother. And they produced a picture of what her grandmother really looked like, and it didn't look like that. That's all I'm saying. So it looks like a whole bunch of lies is being told by Kabami. Okay, she needs to sit down somewhere. And for those of you who want to still try to cape for her, just feel free to go right ahead. But the truth is coming out, whether you like it or not. Okay, that's just what it is. All right. So that all being said, here's the thing. Let me just go to a video, because remember yesterday I told you all how Kim Porter's family and friends and her kids are all saying, and Diddy and his attorneys, they're all saying that book is fake. Like I said, I do believe it's fake. It sounds all good and juicy, but the author, he sounds crazy. You guys remember me telling you how he said he solved the murder of John Benet Ramsey? Okay, he found the Zodiac killer. All this stuff this leads me to think that this man has some mental issues somewhere down the line. But I forgot on yesterday to show you all what the children said, because I thought that was really sad. Okay, I thought that was really sad. Look at Support the Arts, talking about Kamala going to be victorious. Sit down somewhere. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my TikTok that I did about it, because the children, I feel really bad for them. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ahmadiyyah Shakur. Kim Porter's ex-boyfriend, Albie Shore, says that the memoir that's supposed to be Kim's is all fake and fraud, and that those are not Kim's real words. Also, her children, her friends, and family have all come out and said that it's all fake. It's fraudulent. So let's get into it. King Christian Combs, twins Delilah and Jesse, and Quincy Brown, who is the son of Kim Porter and Albie Shore, they took to Instagram to publish a lengthy statement asking for more respect to be shown to their mother. They say, we have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we felt the need to speak out. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not, and anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. Additionally, please understand that any so-called friend speaking on behalf of our mom or her family is not a friend, nor do they have her best interest at heart. Now, the statement also appeared to address Albie Shore's calls for an investigation into Porter's death. The R&B singer, whose real name is Albert Joseph Brown, said claims in the book were fake and that the publicists involved should also be probed. Porter's children went on to say, our lives were shattered when we lost our mother. She was our world, and nothing has been the same since she passed. While it has been incredibly difficult to reconcile how she could be taken from us too soon, the cause of her death has long been established. There was no foul play. Grief is a lifelong process, and we ask that everyone respect our request for peace as we continue to cope with her loss every day. We are deeply saddened that the world has made a spectacle of what has been the most tragic event of our lives. Our mother should be remembered for the beautiful, strong, kind, and loving woman she was. Her memory should not be tainted by horrific conspiracy theories. We ask that everyone please respect our mother, Kim Porter, and hold her legacy in high regard so that she may rest in peace. It's what she deserves. We love you and miss you, Mommy. Quincy, Christian, Jesse, and Delilah. So the kids all say that it's fake. Albie Sure says that it's fake. And even Kim Porter's family and friends all say that it's fake. So please pay attention. Kamara Lee Simmons was friends with Kim for years, best friends, in fact. So if there were any truth to that book, Kamara Lee would definitely know. And she also claims that it is fake. And I, for one, don't think that Kim would have said those things about Albie Sure. They had a very good relationship, even though she was estranged from Diddy or not dealing with Diddy like that. At the end of the day, she had a very good rapport with Albie Sure. He even spoke to her days before she passed away, supposedly. That being said, I don't think she would have said all those intimate details about personal and intimate relations that occurred, knowing that her children could possibly see it and read that book. I definitely don't think that she wrote it. It doesn't seem authentic to me. And I think it's important to note that the author, Chris Todd, who wrote it under the pseudonym Jamal T. Millwood, even himself said that he couldn't prove that it was authentic. And he claims that the book or the information was given to him. Okay, he said that the information in the book was given to him by two industry people that were supposedly close to Kim and Diddy. Now, if they were so close to Kim and Diddy, why wouldn't they have told Diddy that they were going to give that information to Chris Todd? So I just find it all very interesting and, quite frankly, suspicious. And I, for one, I don't believe it's true. I mean, if all of her friends and family are saying it isn't true, who am I to say otherwise? Please pay attention. Okay, please pay attention. Like I said, at the end of the day, I don't think it's true. My thing is, listen, anyone in this chat could have written something and put it out there and put Kim's name on it and said that somebody gave it to you. I just find it all very interesting because the man sounds crazy with some of the allegations he's made. Okay, some of the things. And with that all being said, hold on. I'm going to play for you the audio from the Breakfast Club because they gave him the donkey of the day. Okay, so hold on just a second. Let me put an overlay up here. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Hold on, let me find an overlay real quick. All right, here we go. I'm just going to go ahead. Hold on. I want you all to listen to this. Hold on. There we go.
Let him right to it. Whoa. You look so surprised.
Whoa. Whoa.
Like you didn't know it was coming your way.
I had no idea. Let me hold my Palo Santo.
Please.
Jesus.
And very
One on Amazon. It was self-published on September 6th, but ever since Diddy was arrested, sales have gone through the roof. Now, the book makes allegations about Kim Porter's relationship with Diddy, says things like Diddy was begging for a pagan. He wanted to be... Shut up. I'm trying to be a serious journalist. Sorry. That's your problem. I'm trying to be a serious journalist.
Ain't nothing serious with journalism.
All right, hold on. Let me get back. I'm not listening to you. Let me get back. Let me woosah. Go ahead.
Channel it from your inner thick thighs.
Begging from the pagan. Go.
Come on.
Now, the book makes allegations about Kim Porter's relationship with Diddy. Says things like Diddy was begging for a pagan. He wanted to be penetrated. I don't know how that helps to move the story forward, but it's there. Okay, what are some other things in this book, Lauren LaRosa?
The book also alleges that Diddy had extravagant sex parties with high-profile celebrities, including Oscar winners, that Diddy allegedly recorded himself in very compromising situations, including an encounter with an 18-year-old male pop star who went on to become a household name. It also alleges that he was physically violent to Kim Porter. It also alleges that Kim Porter had to make copies of certain tapes as insurance because she thought things would be used against her. These are all alleged in this book.
Damn. Now, the way Chris Todd got this book, according to him, this is what he told Rolling Stone. He said 2 people allegedly close to Combs and Kim contacted him about the book after claiming to have the late actress and model's hard drive which he said he didn't question. He claimed they said they had her flash drive. I didn't ask too many questions about how they got it or where did it come from. And that right there is the problem. That is the problem I have, okay? That right there is exactly what's wrong with this era. People get information and don't ask any questions about it. He said he didn't ask about how they got it or where did it come from. Okay? It's salacious, it's shocking, and it will generate what? Money and attention. That's all folks care about nowadays. We have all these conversations about combating misinformation. We wouldn't have to combat misinformation if people simply had some integrity. Because I don't care how juicy a story is. I don't care how controversial a story is. First things first, you have to make sure it's true. You have to at least attempt to do some fact checking. Okay, cite some sources. I was born in 1978. I'm old enough to remember when we knew the difference between tabloid gossip and actual factual news and information. Those days are over. And the reason Chris Todd is getting donkey today is because he also told Rolling Stone magazine, if somebody put my feet to the fire and they said life or death, is that book real? I have to say, I don't know, but it's real enough to me. Sometimes you have to just put it out there. What do you mean it's real enough to me? Who are you? Your feelings. Let's deal with the facts. Just because you believe something doesn't make it true. And on the flip side, just because you don't believe something, it doesn't make it false. By the way, you're listening to someone who would see the headlines as a kid like, I had Bigfoot's love child. You know, you'd be in the line at the grocery store with your mom and you see the tabloid and I had Bigfoot's love child. I will see those headlines and want to hear more. But that don't mean I believed it. That is not how this generation works, though. If they see it on social media, if they see it on a website, it doesn't matter what the source is. It doesn't matter where it came from, who's saying it. If they want to believe it, they will, because nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. Chris Todd goes on to tell Rolling Stone, maybe not 100% of the book is true, but maybe 80% is. What? He said that is to get those people to come forward and either corroborate or deny the claims, and that helps me as an investigator to know the truth. Chris Todd, what the F are you even talking about? Okay, don't try to make this some moral, righteous release as if you're putting this book out because you want people to corroborate or deny claims. A real investigator would take this book, and if there's something to be investigated, if there are leads to be had, then they would go and collect real evidence to build their case. Chris, you're just trying to make money off a hot topic. Knock it off. And you don't care about who you hurt in the process. And this ain't about Diddy, okay? This is not about Diddy at all. This is about the legacy of Kim Porter. I didn't know Kim Porter. Sat next to her once at the Dave Chappelle comedy show. One of her best friends is one of my favorite people on the planet, Marvette Brittle. Drop on the clues box for Marvette Brittle. But I do know that if I was Kim and I was resting in peace, if there was some words that I allegedly left behind, I would want them to be my words, okay? Why? Because I got young kids who have to read this stuff. Can you imagine how traumatic that must be for the babies? The fact that the kids had to release a statement. Can you read some of the statement, Lauren?
The statement says, claims that our mom...
Now, we already know the statement because I played it for you when I played my TikTok video. So, yes, this is all very crazy to me. At the end of the day, and Charlamagne the Devil is absolutely right. People do want to believe whatever they want to believe. And there's a whole lot of people that just love salacious, juicy gossip. They do not care if it's true or not. Okay? They don't care if it's true or not. That's why people flock to fake Nancy Drew's channel, because Nancy Drew be out here lying. She got into it with Sean Davy Way the other day because he called her out online and produced receipts. Okay? And then another YouTuber did a video about him going in on her and her going in on him and showed more receipts where she lied. So, and at the end of the day, people just make up stuff. This whole thing about Jay-Z's house being raided, that's all lies. Okay? At the end of the day. So, like I told you guys, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet. And anything that I ever tell you, you can go back and fact check it, okay? Because I don't tell lies on here. I'm not trying to be sitting up here just saying things just to get clout and views and all of that stuff. Just like yesterday, when Desmond sent me that story from Media Takeout, okay, saying that Diddy's been offered a deal and all this stuff or whatever. First of all, I didn't find any proof of that anywhere. And as you can see, we haven't heard anything else about it. Now, if I wanted to just have salacious headlines, I would have put that story out there because it would have just started a whole trend. You see, because here's the thing. Here's how it works. I don't know if you guys realize this, but with YouTube creators, this is how it works. One YouTuber can tell an outright lie that they literally just made up, like when fake Nancy Drew lied and said that Jonathan Oddie was dead, and then posted a video. Basically, hold on. Matter of fact, let me just go to it if I can pull it up. All it takes is for one person to tell a lie. And when that one person tells a lie, as I said, what happens is other YouTubers who want salacious headlines and all of that, they follow the lie and they add life and credence to it. This is what they do. They'll go along with it because, hey, it all sounds salacious. Okay, this sounds like something juicy. Hold on, let me see if I can find that real quick. While I'm doing this and looking for this, let's have a word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so you can order your 12 Tribes at Etsy.com. Look for Lisa Crafts. And also you can purchase it on Walmart.com. Okay, so I'm going to share this video. Now, because this isn't my video, someone sent it to me. Shout out to Kevin for sending it to me. So with that all being said, I'm going to share my screen, but I'm going to add some music to it. And I'm going to put up an overlay. Because this is fake Nancy Drew getting into it with Sean Davy Way for calling her out about her lies and BS. Okay? And Jaguar called her out about it, and I've been calling her out about it. And the only reason I called her out about it is because she started in with me. I didn't even know who she was. Didn't even know she existed. Okay, so let's get into it. Like up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance.
Because you're mad, because you're jealous, because you don't have the range, because you can't do the research, because you don't know what you're doing. And all you can do is just sit from the sidelines and worry about what I'm doing. Anyway, baby.
Maybe y'all should go over there and just like tell like Tisa Tells or somebody like that, you know, she likes to deal with. You know, those kind of people. Maybe go tell her. Maybe she'll interview him for you guys. You know, maybe someone like her or, you know.
So Tisa Tells and Sean Davy Way are still at it. Guys, did you see what just happened 3 hours ago? Anyway, so Tisa's live just ended 3 hours ago. So today is September 21st, 2024, around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And Tisa, she came for Sean, okay? She said, you are mad, you are jealous, you don't have the range, okay? She says, we don't need anybody telling us what it's not. If you're so smart to figure out what it's not, can you put some research to tell us what it is? And I was like, ooh.
That's where we are with Jonathan Odie. And I just want to say, I really do appreciate you guys actually rocking with me and helping us all figure this out. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to figure out what's going on. We don't need anybody telling us what they think it's not. Baby, if you're so smart about what it's not, can you put some research in to tell us what it is, right? Can you put some research in? But you're not going to do that because you're mad, because you're jealous, because you don't have the range, because you can't do the research, because you don't know what you're doing. And all you can do is just sit from the sidelines and worry about what I'm doing. Anyway, baby, I'm going to give you something more to worry about.
You guys know how these YouTubers are, right? They never mention names, except yesterday. Well, do I want to say yesterday? About 20 hours ago, Sean did call out Tisa Tells' name. And what is this drama all about? It is about Jonathan Odie. Remember that South African, white South African worker that alleged he slept with Cassie, slept with Diddy, got some STDs, and said that Diddy, Rick Ross and DJ Khaled, I believe, he said they were gay. Okay, so 9 months ago, I believe, sometime in December, Tisa did a video basically saying she found Diddy's freak off sex worker, something like that. I don't remember exactly what she said, but if you guys have watched Tisa, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? People talked about that video, and the video she used has been on YouTube since 2017, 2018. Tisa found it in December. And as you know, Sean Deviway has been doing these documentary style videos where he does deep dives on certain celebrities. And one of those was Diddy. So some of the information that Tisa had in that Jonathan Hardy video, like she found Diddy's sex worker, I think some of that information Sean had already spoken about it. Now, as some of you know, I kind of fell off from this YouTuber drama because YouTube has been boring lately. I think the only thing that intrigued me was that drama of you know, what is that? What's that guy's name, guys? I'm not even gonna edit this video. Oh my God, Funky Daniva, Claudia Joy, Tisa on that. Like, girl, there's no need to lie about it. What is this, right? Now, that was not the first time hearing, you know, people calling out Tisa on certain things. I think certain YouTubers have been, I don't know why, they've been afraid to call out Tisa. She does clickbait. And I'm gonna agree that, you know, YouTubers do clickbait, but clickbait does not equal to lying. I know some people are going to say clickbait is lying, but some of it is just outright lies, right? So we do know that Tisa tells, she kind of embellishes some of her topics, right? And her followers, they eat it up. They love it. So it is what it is. We know she does this for clicks and views, and she's making money. We know YouTube has made her life amazing. Nobody can dispute that. I'm not hating on the girl, and I don't want to hear Sean's people or Tisa tells people, if this is the first time you're coming to my channel, let the people who know me tell you that I talk about YouTubers, okay? So just sit down and listen. But anyway, so Sean did research back in December, showing and proving that Jonathan was not dead. That thumbnail and title that we saw from Tisa Tells were complete lies. But as we know today, Jonathan is not dead. He's very much an inmate in.
Okay, so there you have it. I've been telling you all for a month that she's a liar who lies and makes up stuff. And at the end of the day, she went in on Sean Davy Wade, but I dare her to try to go in on me, honey, because I'll start dropping receipts. So with that all being said, like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay? So Trisha said, oh, is this wig too? Yes, it is. It's wig too. Yes. Okay, so with that all being said, that's what I'm saying. This is a channel of truth. On here, we don't paint narratives. We don't make up lies. We don't use clickbait titles. We don't do any of it. Okay, because I don't have to. All right? I don't have to. So with that, and then calling someone jealous because they call out your lies and BS is wild to me. Okay, it's wild to me. Okay, so anyway, like stuff, everyone, please like and share. We're about to be out of here. Now, the last thing I want to say, that video that I showed you all of Candace, that isn't the video I wanted to show. It's partially. But the one I really wanted to show was when she had more details. Hold on, let me see if this is it. Yeah, that was part one. This is part two. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this, because Kabami too is a liar who lies. Kabami is a liar who lies, okay? Support the arts. Don't be mad at the queen. I'm just here to do the news.
Her grandmother died in 1964. 1964 is when Kamala was born. Her grandmother died in 1960. So who is that woman that is in the photo with Kamala, okay? Beryl Finnegan, now looking more into her grandmother, was definitively not Black. Now, how do we know this? Because Beryl, that woman that you just saw, her father was Patrick Alhanasus Finnegan, who was an Irish slaver, okay? So that woman that you just saw, at a bare minimum, has to be half white. An Irish slaver is who her father was. Doesn't look like that. Maybe that Irish slaver married a super duper black woman. I don't know, but I know that that is not a picture of Beryl, and I know that Beryl is at a minimum half white, okay? Because the father was an Irish slaver. Now, what about Kamala's grandfather? The other side of this, Oscar Joseph Brown Harris is his name. That's allegedly who Beryl married, right? Okay. What I've learned about him, this is the photo that they have produced of him. That's supposed to be her grandfather. What I've learned about Oscar was that he was born in 1914. Brown was his mother's maiden name. His mother was a woman named Christiana Brown, who was known as Miss Chrissy. Christiana Brown's father was also a white Irish slave trader named Colonel Hamilton Brown. That is the white Irish slave trader named Colonel Brown. He married an indentured servant, an Irish woman named Kate Williams, presumably Catherine Williams. And let me tell you how wealthy her family was. Colonel Hamilton established the town that they lived in. It was called Hamilton Town. It's now called Browntown. And he owned, at a minimum, 1,120 slaves, according to records, okay? So they were a family of wealthy Irish slave traders. But now let's go back to that photo again. Who is this with Kamala Harris that is wrongly assumed to be her grandmother? Again, you guys can fact check me. I was going, this is just weird. Had nobody noticed this? Well, that woman looks an awful lot like a slightly younger version of somebody that we are told is Kamala's great-grandmother, okay? A woman named Ora Iris Finnegan Allen. See, that face looks just like the woman that we just saw, but slightly older. Now, let's go back again to that photo of the Beryl, who's definitely not Beryl, okay? And let's go forward here so you guys can get this in your head. That looks like the same woman to me, okay? But this woman is allegedly her great-grandmother, who is known as Miss Iris, okay? So pull up Miss Iris again, the great-grandmother who Kamala is allegedly on her lap. We can all agree that that woman looks to be at least some percentage black, and it's about to get weird, okay? So first, just so we are clear, even if this woman was 100% black, that would make Kamala majority Irish white. She would be majority white. So it's completely crazy that she would suddenly claw out and pretend that she's black, okay? If she was 100% that woman, great-grandmother, if she was 100% black, that would make Kamala 12% black under a best case scenario. But I thought, okay, that's Miss Iris. She's saying that's her great-grandmother. Let me verify that Miss Iris was fully black. And a way to do that would be to take a look at Miss Iris's children, you know? Now, to be clear, she allegedly had 4 children. So we have Kamala's missing grandmother, Beryl, who allegedly died at the age of 39, as well as some of Kamala's great uncles and great aunts. And their names were Abraham Judah Finnegan, Noel Finnegan, and Bernard Finnegan, okay? So Beryl, the missing grandma, has 3 siblings, Abraham, Judah Finnegan, Noel Finnegan, and Bernard Finnegan. All of these people have apparently evaporated into thin air. Literally cannot find a single trace of these people who definitely do not have black names, okay? And I'm just going, I just want to see a picture here. So I'm going to put a bounty on it. I would like someone to do a little bit of due diligence here. Find me Beryl Finnegan and Beryl.
That fool Candace says she's going to put a bounty on it. She wants somebody to find her the Daryl Finnegan or whomever she said. I find it all so crazy. Mommy said sounds Irish with the Finnegan last name. It is Irish. Finnegan is absolutely an Irish name. This is all hilarious, okay? And pay attention. So her grandfather was an Irish enslaver. And then he married an indentured servant. Okay, and yeah, so that gets me because, you know, when we talk about reparations, some of the other people, let me turn that music off. Some of the other people always try to liken the Irish people to what our ancestors went through. They were indentured servants. That's a far cry from slavery because they only had to do it for a specific amount of time, 7 years, and they got to keep their names and their culture and their heritage, and they could keep their wives and their children weren't sold away from them. And when it was over, their time was done, they migrated right back into society as regular good old white folk. Okay, so there's no such thing as they compare to our ancestors. And so I want you to pay attention because further proof of that is the fact that Kabami's Irish grandfather was an Irish enslaver. So he was a person who had slaves. And then he was still able to marry an indentured servant. So that just goes to show you can't compare them to us. Now, Miss Sheila says she was the one yesterday who said Diddy's baby oil bottles were spiked. When someone asked her for receipts, she got loud and obnoxious, say it's speculation. Yes, she started that. See, that's what I'm saying. She starts a lot of lies, and other foolish YouTubers follow behind and repeat her talking points. For example, she's the one who told the lie that when Diddy's house got raided, that his sons were laughing in the face of the feds. So they laughed at the feds. Those boys were scared to death. That's why Misa Hilton went off. Okay, because of the way the feds approached them, put them in handcuffs and detained them. They weren't arrested. That's another lie. She said they were arrested. They were never arrested. No one was arrested. They were simply detained, and there's a difference. So with that all being said, she started that lie. I saw she posted the other day, Jay-Z officially under investigation. I just proved to you that's a lie. There was no raid. There's nothing come out about him being officially under an investigation. And then now you're telling me that she started that whole thing about the baby oil bottles being spiked. See, I didn't even know that. I just happened to see somebody posted on Twitter a TikTok video, and they said something about the bottles having GHB. And I'm like, that's so ignorant. What fool would think that? As if the feds don't have the wherewithal and didn't do their due diligence as to check those items before labeling them whatever. And then U.S. Attorney Damian Williams, you think he got up there in front of everybody during a whole press conference and gave false information? Like, you literally have to be dumb as hell to think that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You just have to be dumb. And one more thing, with that whole thing about Jonathan Oddie, she literally had a RIP dates on there. December 15, 2023, I think is the date. Now, mind you, there was a paper online that said Jonathan Oddie was dead. And let me see if I can find that. But if you had any common sense, you would know that it wasn't that Jonathan Oddie, because Jonathan Oddie that they were talking about in that article, that Jonathan Oddie was 26 years old. 26 years old. That was obviously not the same person, because this man's in his 40s. Okay? And so anyway, this came out in April of 2019. And here's the thing. Here it is right here. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to show y'all what she showed. This is literally what she showed on her live stream when she lied and said the man was dead. Or when Sean Davy Way called her out. Then she tried to go dig up receipts to prove it. And this is what she showed. Now, let me see if I can enhance this so you all can get a good look, because I really want you to see something here. What I want you to see is the date. You all see the date says April the 8th of 2019. Okay, please pay attention. And now then it says, hold on. Let me scroll back up. Now it says April 8th of 2019. Now it goes on to talk about his charges and all of that. But at the end of the day, the man is not dead. It said something on here about him being deceased, though. I could have sworn it said something about him being deceased. Hold on. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Yeah, you see that right there? It says Jonathan Oddie, and it says deceased. And then it says April 2nd, 2019. Now, but if you read the story, if you read the entire paper, I don't know why they had he was deceased on there, but if you read the entire thing, you know that he's very much still alive. Okay? You know that he's very much still alive. And so with that all being said, even if he was dead, look at the date. It said April the 18th of 2019. On the thumbnail, she put December the 15th of 2023. December of 2023. So she was flat out just lying. She knew that man wasn't dead, and she just said that he was. Okay? She just said that he was. At the end of the day, she's just a liar who lies. And that's why Jaguar called her out, okay, at the end of the day. And that's why many YouTubers have called her out. Now, why she chose out of all of them to go in on Sean David Way, I don't know. Maybe she thought he was an easy target. But I've been calling her a liar who lies for quite some time, because that is what she does. She paints narratives talking about spiked baby oil. Here's the thing, beloved. For the person who said that she's the one that put out the spiked baby oil, I forgot who it was, but here's the question. Why would anyone spike baby oil? Were the people at the parties drinking it? Were the people at the parties drinking it? Or was she trying to imply that they were rubbing it on themselves and that would seep into their skin and they would be high or drunk? I just have questions, okay? I just have questions at the end of the day. So everyone, please like and share. Okay, Claudette says, why do liars lie? Honey, for clicks and views. Liars on YouTube lie for clicks and views, and YouTube dollars. Nikki Major said, thank God for your receipts, because, baby, these YouTube streets is streeting. Okay? They really are. They really are. Mr. Elevation said, Wig 2 gets her information from a Cracker Jack box. Okay, I am so done. Okay, so with that all been said, everyone please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Listen, guys, keep your notifications on, because I absolutely have another video coming for you guys, and this was going to be juicy. Okay, this was going to be juicy. So please pay attention. Okay, Jay Great says, hold on. Jay Great said liquid Coca-Cola in Ciroc bottles. Said Adi said that. I don't think Adi said that. What I said, because I showed the video. And in fact, I'm the one, and Fake Nancy Drew copied my talking points, pay attention, because I'm the one that said that Jonathan Adi said that Diddy was trying to push binge drinking in the music industry and trying to traffic drugs through the music industry, and that he was doing a lot of liquid Coca-Cola. That's what he said. I don't remember him saying Diddy was putting anything like GHB in the Ciroc bottles. What he was doing was he was putting drugs in the Ciroc bottles for people to get to be spiked. He was definitely doing that. That was in the lawsuits. That was in Rodney Jones's lawsuit, and I think it was in a couple of others, that Diddy was spiking people's drinks. We know he was doing that. And also Mark Curry, the former artist, remember, he said the same thing. There were specific bottles for them and specific bottles for the women. So we know that Diddy was alleged to have been spiking those bottles. But as far as transporting drugs through liquor bottles, I don't recall that ever being said. Okay, so with that all being said, likes up, please like and share. So with that all being said, we're out of here. Don't forget to turn your notifications on, as I told you, because I will be back later on sometime today. Okay, so hold on. Support the arts. What are you talking about? Support the arts. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Support LGBTQ. We do support LGBTQ on this channel, talking about end homophobia. Who's being homophobic, beloved? Is someone being homophobic in the chat? If you are, please stop. Please stop, beloveds. Okay? Trisha said, I don't drink Ciroc anyways. Yeah, I don't either. Okay, so listen, I'm out of here. I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that soul all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got